according to the TCPA, you can call within a certain time zone windows. Let's say 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening. That's when you can call. However, the states are changing those call windows where they're more restrictive, where you can call from 9 till 8 or 9 till 7, and depending on state by state, everyone is different. So you have to adhere to that to those time zone calling windows. But let's take Florida for example. The state law from Florida indicates that anyone with a zip code, a Florida zip code, is considered a Florida resident for the Florida Telephone Solicitation Act. They also say that anyone with a Florida area code is a Florida resident. So think about this for a moment. If you lived in California, but you had a California zip code, but you had a Florida area code, according to the Florida law, you're considered a Florida resident. But wait a minute, I live in Los Angeles. I'm a California resident. Therein lies the problem with the law. The Florida law considers you a Florida resident for their Florida Telephone Solicitation Act, which means you have to have a system that looks at a zip code and an area code and takes the most restrictive time frame for when you can call, or the call window. It takes the California area code, zip code, and says you can't call before 8 a.m. California time, which is 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. East Coast time, and then it looks at the Florida area code and says, okay, you have to stop, can't call before here, and you have to stop at 8 p.m. or whatever their final time is. And which gives you a window then that's a little bit narrow. And Safe Select and Omni-Channel Plus, that's integrated through Safe Select, where it takes the most restrictive period and only allows the calls to be placed during that time frame. In other words, it suppresses those calls during the time zones that they don't both, sort of like a Venn diagram where they overlap. That's when you can call them, and it prohibits or suppresses calls outside that overlap time. So it's fairly sophisticated in the way that it does it. It's core to our system. It's fundamental to compliance, and we think it's quite elegant the way we've designed it in the system.